Hello, everybody. I'm Nicholas Snow here with this very special edition of the Nicholas Snow Show. I am at the election night event for Will Rollins, candidate for U.S. Congress, and Christy Holstege, who is candidate for the California State Assembly, on this episode of the Nicholas Snow Show. So did you exercise your right to vote today? I hope that you did. I want to just apologize to those of you who've been sitting by your computers for a couple of hours waiting for me to start the broadcast. I've timed it intentionally because one of our candidates is going to be coming out in just a few minutes. And in the meantime, here's a reminder of why we're all doing what we're doing today. So just a short time ago, a representative from Will Rollins' campaign came out and announced the vote tally with the percentage of vote in. And there wasn't a high level of votes in, but with that level of votes in, Will Rollins has a significant lead. But we're not going to necessarily know the results of that race for quite some time. And as you know, early numbers are based upon mail-in voting and absentee voting, so they tend to skew Democratic, as an FYI. I have it on good authority that any moment Christy Holstege is going to come up here and get on the stage, and I don't know what she's going to say, but we're going to find out. And in the meantime, I just want to share that I have followed Christy since she was running for city council, interviewed her when she was first running for Palm Springs City Council, and she went on to have a very illustrious first term and was reelected by a landslide to a second term, has served as mayor, and it is time. It is time. She is about to come up, and I'm going to get out of the way. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming out. My
My name is Samuel Turley. I'm the Equality California's regional field organizer, and I have the distinct privilege to introduce our next Assemblywoman, Christy Holstege, as she gives us an update on her race.
Hello, Palm Springs. Happy election night. How are we feeling out there? What an incredible moment for our community. It's so great to see so many of you here tonight to celebrate flipping these districts from red to blue. Both for the California State Assembly and for Congress with Will Rollins. We're so excited about. We're still waiting for every single vote to be counted, and we know these are close races, and so we're just seeing the returns come in, but I wanted to make sure that we speak tonight, and I know Will Rollins is likely speaking later, so we're waiting for all those returns to come in so we have some clarity in our races, but I just want to first and foremost say thank you and share my immense gratitude with this community. It's really incredible to see how our community has come together, both for my race and for Will Rollins' race. I mean, to see the contingents in the Pride Parade, to see the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers, the thousands of hours that everyone in this room has dedicated to our campaigns, to making sure that we have representatives in this district who share our values, who will be true champions for our communities, for working class people, for the LGBTQ community, for women. For civil rights and social justice for all, right? We're at a turning point in our country, in our democracy, and really democracy is on the line. And we see that here in our community. I mean, who thought that Palm Springs would be a battleground to hold Congress? Well, we know Palm Springs is always a battleground, but a battleground to hold Congress. But we like to say that Palm Springs likes to lead the way for this region, for California, and for the nation. And it's because of the people in this room who've been leading, who've been living their authentic lives, who've been openly LGBTQ, who've been fighting for civil rights and social justice for decades and decades. And I'm just so proud to join you. This is really hard to do in a room this big, but I want to make sure we give some shout outs to especially our elected officials. So I see the mayor of Palm Springs, Lisa Middleton. I see Councilmember Jeff Kors. I see likely incoming council member Jeffrey Bernstein. I see likely incoming COD board member Joel Kinnaman. If you're an elected official, raise your hand so I know to call on you. We have incredible people in this community who really been leading the way. So thank you for your representation to get us here today. 10 years ago, Congressman Ruiz flipped this district for Congress, and here we are 10 years later celebrating flipping the state assembly district from red to blue. So the night is still early, but I just want to take a moment to thank so many people in this room. Equality California, I see Sam here from Equality California and their entire team. Planned Parenthood of the Pacific Southwest and their Action Fund has been incredible. We have Desert Stonewall Democrats, we have labor unions, so many people who've turned out the vote. And by the way, we have a bunch of Assembly Dems from Sacramento and across the state working for us. So I just want to say, as we count every vote and make sure we get the final results, and as Democrats, we care about democracy, we care about making sure every single vote is counted, and we are going to get there, but we are cautiously optimistic that we're going to win this seat. But even regardless of the result, I just want to say this campaign was never about one person. It was about delivering critically needed change to our community. We know that Riverside County, San Bernardino County, this desert community, the mountain communities that are included have for too long been left behind by the state. We haven't gotten our fair share of state resources. We haven't gotten an equitable distribution of resources to our community. I mean, City of Palm Springs, we often still lack basic infrastructure, enough Wi-Fi coverage for our students who are going to school online. We have so many needs for transportation, affordable housing, living wages, the climate crisis. So many needs that we really need a true champion on. So I'm incredibly grateful. Campaigns are not about one person, they're about movements. And look around this room of the movement that we've built together for our communities to have everyone be able to achieve the California dream and the American dream with real champions. I could talk forever about how I love this community, how I love each and every one of you, how you've just done critical work to win these races. And I know you're going to be with us. You know, we may not get final results in this race for days or even weeks, so we hope it will be called soon. But we know that we're here together for the long haul, because this is a long haul of real change that's needed for our communities. So thank you for doing the hard work of democracy, for showing up to care about these races, for knocking doors, for calling doors, for texting. Democracy is a team sport, and we have the very best team. So I am so excited to look for the final results in this race. We are up about 11 points right now, so we're looking really good. By the way, Will Rollins is up right now too, so we're really excited. I can't wait to call him a congressmember, Congressman Rollins. So with that, I know we have a long night ahead of us. We're going to be watching these returns as they come in, but absolutely we're not seeing a red wave. We are seeing Democrats defend this country, defend this state. We are going to defend this district, and we are going to defend our values to the very last minute. So thank you. Let's have a good night. Let's watch those ballots come in. We'll watch those returns, and we'll just see these results come in. And I want to just take a moment to say he's not here right now. I know he's watching the results, and he's going to be down. And of course, he makes an entrance because, you know, he's fabulous. Of course, he's going to make an entrance. Will Rollins is incredible, and I just want to take a minute because I met him over a year ago, even before Palm Springs was in this district, and he was campaigning, and he was living in Lake Elsinore. He was all over Riverside County and throughout this area, and we chatted about being an openly LGBTQ candidate in red areas and purple areas, and what it's like outside of the bubble of Palm Springs sometimes to be an openly LGBTQ candidate. And Will has been leading the way, and he's been a true champion, and I was just so impressed with him. I mean, to have that quality of candidate, he is truly a shining star for the Democratic Party, and I know he's going to go very far. So let's do this together. Let's flip this assembly seat. We'll flip this congressional seat, and we'll celebrate together. Have a great evening. Thank you for your support.
So, what year did you run for city council for the first time?
2017. So this is my 5th year, 5 years.
And did you ever plan on a night like this? I mean, was this part of your bigger picture, a higher office beyond city council? Or did you kind of make it up as you went along?
You know, I was asked to run in 2017 for city council. We had only had one woman on our city council for 15 years. And so I was asked to run, and that's why I stepped up. And then I was asked to run for state assembly. So no, this was not my plan 5 years ago. I never thought I would be doing this. I was working as an attorney. But we need good champions for our community, and we need people who are willing to roll up their sleeves and do the work. And I think I've showed the community that I'm willing to do that, and they've responded to me with support. So I love where we're at now, and have the opportunity to have Palm Springs have representation on the state level is a really unique opportunity, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
You know, there were no cameras on you earlier this evening that I noticed, but it was really beautiful when you put your son on the stage and you were dancing with him, and you know, you've given birth and raised a young child in the midst of doing all of this community service. You do balance many different worlds, and you understand the challenges that a lot of women and mothers are facing in the midst of everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I gave birth in a global pandemic. I gave birth 2 weeks before Election Day in 2020. It has been hard to balance. You know, when I first got elected to Palm Springs City Council, I was 30. I'm now 36. I've given my, early 30s to this work and to the city. But I'm really proud of what we've accomplished. And yeah, we need people who are in elected office who understand the struggles that most people face. So whether it's finding affordable child care, whether it's all the issues related to paid family leave and medical care, I've personally experienced that. And I think that makes for a better assembly member and a better representative, and we don't have enough of those voices in government right now, especially moms of young kids, especially LGBTQ people who are parenting young kids.
So I know that on the mind of a lot of Democrats and people on both sides of the aisle who believe in and support democracy, that there's a lot of fear and trepidation that election deniers may be elected into office tonight that have said that they wouldn't uphold fair elections in the future. What do we do about this?
Yeah, we're on the front lines of defending democracy. I mean, if you've ever wondered my generation wondered what it would be like to live through the civil rights era, right? This is the era that we're living in, defending democracy. So absolutely, we need to elect representatives who care about democracy, who care about the truth, who care about science, who are going to, not lead insurrection attempts against the Capitol, and all the other things we're seeing from the extremist right wing that has taken over the Republican Party, which we're extremely concerned about. We need to elect people like Will Rollins, who are going to come as a federal prosecutor and, also address the misinformation campaigns that we're seeing in the media that are influencing and radicalizing voters and elected officials.
Final question. You talked about being cautiously optimistic. At what time in the night or tomorrow, or when do you think that you'll definitively know the results of your race?
So we have about 15% of ballots back, and so that's still very early. Last time in the primary, we could call it that evening because the gap was so clear and we were so far ahead. Right now, we're very far ahead as well, but we know that there are going to be a lot more ballots to be counted. And so as someone who cares about democracy, we don't want to call any elections before, the votes are counted. So I think the media might call this election tomorrow or within the next few days is what our hope is.
Well, congratulations on making it this far, and I voted for you. I've endorsed you in every one of your races, and I look forward to celebrating your victory.
Thank you. I so appreciate what you do for democracy too, and letting people participate in this, who aren't here in this room. And that's really important, especially as we're facing, shrinking local media and an inability to communicate to voters. And so what you're doing is just incredibly important, and I'm proud to be with you now again and 5 years later, and I know you've been with me at every step, and we've had long form interviews and really talked about the issues. So such a big fan of PromoHomo and you personally, and thank you for being here tonight.
It's my pleasure, my honor, and you have lots of people wanting to talk to you, so thank you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, so that was exciting. I brought you Christy's statements live. Oh, we have a remark.
Excuse me, everyone. One quick announcement. Rollins will come down and speak just after 11. So it's only about 15 minutes from now or so. So please stick around.
Okay, so we've heard that Will Rollins will come down in about 15 minutes. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go live when Will Rollins comes down on my Facebook page. I'm going to go live direct to my Facebook page, which you can find at facebook.com/nicholas.snow, or search Facebook and look at the page's results and look for the blue check mark. My public verified page is where I will broadcast Will Rollins' remarks. So at Hotel Zoso in Palm Springs, California, I'm Nicholas Snow with 2022 election night coverage. I've been here waiting for this. I'm really looking forward to going home and being in front of my own TV to figure out what's going on in the rest of the company. I'll see you over on my Facebook page in just a short period of time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you over at that other page soon.